Welcome to Bars and Bells. My name is Lauren. Today I'll be taking you through a kettlebell mobility warm-up. We'll get started with our wrists. Come on down to the floor in our kneeling position. Push hips through, extending so that your hands are wide open on the floor underneath your shoulders. First, elevate your shoulders into your ears, and then pull them down, engaging your lats. Repeat again. Elevate your shoulders, pull them down. Now for two. Retract your shoulders like you're pinching a pencil between your shoulder blades, and then push the floor away. Retract your shoulders, pulling them back together, and then push those blades away from each other. Now find a happy medium in between. Shoulders are out of your ears and somewhat together. Gripping the floor, rotate so those elbow pits are forward. Now try to drift your weight forward over your hands, and then use your fingers to push yourself back. Repeat one more time. Shift your weight forward. Use your fingers to push yourself back. Push back so much you extend your hips and shake it out. From here, we'll rotate our hands so our fingers face our thighs. Fingers come down, and then palms come down. Again, shoulders pulled out of your ears. Push those thumbs heavy in the floor. Then your index finger, middle, ring, baby. Sitting back here. Gently add your bend to your elbows and peel your hand, and then fingers up and away, shaking it out. I'd like to do one more wrist activity. Come down with nice fists. Place your knuckles on the floor, and then slowly roll over the back of your hand, letting your hand open up, spreading the fingers wide. Check in with your elbow. Is it rotated forward and straight, and your shoulder pulled down? Now use the floor to push away, back up to the knuckles. Repeat on the other side. Open over. Try to pull that shoulder down. Elbow rotates forward. And then push the floor away, back up. If you want a little bit more, could you roll over but not open your hand? Keep that hand tight together in a fist as you try to roll over. Elbow stays straight, shoulder packed. And then push the floor away to tall. Other side, roll over the back of that hand. Keep your fist. Oh, this side's harder. And then push the floor back up. Push the floor away, extending your hips, shaking it out. From here, we're gonna flip onto our back and get started in one body weight get up each side. Get in your firing range position with an imaginary kettlebell. Two-handed press. Pack your shoulder, remove that second hand, leg, foot heavy in the floor. Let's push into the floor, extending our hips, squeezing our glute, and then to your back. Push into the floor, extending your hips, squeeze your glute, and to your back. And this time you're gonna push so hard, extend, and pull on your elbow. Checking in with that proud shoulder. Shrug your shoulder. Now engage your lat, pull your shoulders down. Find your hand squishing that bug, keeping the retracted position. As I look at my bell, I'm gonna lift my hips, sweep my knee under. Hand leaves floor, hips extend through. Front foot moves, making sure that arm is still overhead, elbow is straight. Use both legs, pushing away to stand up. Back down. Step back lunge. Take your time on this down. Tuck under, slowly come to the floor. Warm up those legs. Front foot opens, chop your hip, rotate under that bell, hand finds the floor. Now stack your weight over so your shoulders are stacked. Sweep through, find your elbow, and then return to your back with control. Two hands on your bell, pulling it down, cuddle it over. Drag it around to the other side. Same thing, other side, cuddle. Two-handed roll and press. Set up for your body weight get up here. Push into the floor, extend your hips, squeeze your glute. Relax. Push into the floor, extend your hips, squeeze. This move is my hardest move here, so I really like to do a couple to make sure I'm ready, and extend to my elbow. Again, check in with the shoulders. Lazy shoulder, proud engaged lat. Find your hand. From here, continue looking at your bell as you lift and sweep under. Hand will leave the floor. Front foot moves to your lunge. hips are level, stand tall. Back down, step back lunge, take your time again. Hips, 3, 2, front foot opens. Rotate and hinge under your bell. Sweep through, find your elbow, and controlled to your back. 2 hands, pull down, cuddle. Nice. To stand up, let's get into our push-up position. Push ourselves up as one unit. Use our hinge, walk your hands back, and then drive your hips through to tall. Nice. I'd like to get into our windmill from here. We're going to do 2 rounds of this, loading it from the bottom first and loading it from the top the second time through. If you're unfamiliar with our windmill, please do this body weight before you try any external load. I'll get my bell out here, placing it on the floor. I'm going to take my left foot and gently place it in front of my bell, about on a 45-degree angle. My other foot, my right foot, is going to be on the same line, also slightly internally rotated. I'm going to take my right arm, cross it across my chest for now. Take my free hand, chop my hip. That back leg is going to stay straight. My front knee has a slight knee bend as I drive my hip back, hinging on my hip and rotating so my chest stays square forward. Notice that back leg is straight, front knee is bent, but not shifted over. From here, push into the floor, extend your hips through to tall. Repeat again. Chop your hip, hinge it towards that back corner. This time, if you feel comfortable, grip your bell, pack your shoulder, load up that hip, up, tall. Hip hinge, full weight returns to the floor. Repack and grip, tall. Hinge, bell finds the floor, release, up to tall, to center, shake it. Same thing other side. Place your other foot slightly inside that bell, rotating both feet so they're on parallel lines here. Take your back hand, back arm, cross your chest. Soften that front knee, slight knee bend but vertical shin. Chop your hips back to the new corner. Pattern that windmill the first time. Drive into the floor, extend to tall. Repeat, chop your hip, slide down, stay square forward, all the way tall. This time, if you're ready, let's grab that bell, hinge, grip, packing shoulder, driving down to stand up. Hip hinge, full weight to the floor, and up, tall. Hip hinge, this time bell goes down and stays down. Let go, up without. Back to center, shake it off. Walking out to our high plank this time. Use your hinge. Walk yourself out. High plank means elbows straight, hands underneath your shoulders, glutes squeezed, hips tucked. Pull the floor together underneath you. Imagine you're at the top of your kettlebell swing. That's what you're getting ready for here. 5 more seconds. Pull everything together. 4, 3, 2. Then push the floor away. Hinge to return tall. Shake it out. This time I'm going to be performing my windmill with my bell overhead. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, repeat loaded from the bottom again or body weight. To get my bell there, I'll be doing a clean and a press. And then I'm going to pivot my feet away, remembering that back leg straight, front knee slight bend, hinge and rotate under that bell. And then up to tall. Repeat, rotate, pushing that hip back to your hinge, all the way to tall. One last time. Rotate, hinge, and tall. Feet point forward. Bell pulls down with control. Through. Park out front. Shake it off. Same thing second side. Hinge. Clean. Press. Pivot. Chop that back hip. Rotate under. Hinging back. All the way tall. We're not transferring weight to that front foot. So no shifting of the shin bone. Last one. rotating, bracing, tall, feet point forward, bell pulls down with control, through, park your bell, up without. One more plank. Get ready in your hinge. Chop, walk yourself out. High plank hold. Squeeze your glutes, brace your abs. If I were gonna be working on my single arm swings after this, I might transfer weight to a single arm and hold a 3-point plank, 2, 1, and then put the other hand down and do the same thing on the other side, 3, 2, back to 2 hands, squeeze, brace, push away, hinge yourself to tall, stand up, shake it out. Thanks for joining me on our kettlebell mobility workout today. If you'd like more kettlebell strength activities, click this link here. If you'd like a little more mobility, follow along down here. Thanks for joining. My name's Lauryn, and this is Bars and Bells. See you soon.